Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we will be talking about Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 7. Episode 7. Stay tuned. But honey, let's get to this episode. Haley's at the airport by herself. Well, so she say when she first comes on the screen. And basically, Jacob was still upset because he felt like the night prior that she said she needed some time to herself and it was a ladies' night and this, that, and the third. But then he goes downstairs in the hotel and he see the couples down there and just her. So he really felt some kind of way. So the way he felt before they left their honeymoon, I guess she ended up switching her seats. She said somewhere different. He said somewhere different. But it looks like that same energy spilled over to when they got back to Atlanta. So, I mean, me personally, the way he was kind of acting when they got to the house and how he called her a liar and stuff like that. And I was like, because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, she's already not really feeling you. She's already not that into you. You stuck in the 80s. And then you got a nerve to call her names and stuff like that. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, this is done. Like, I didn't even expect them to still stay in the same apartment. But again, I do understand and know that a lot of them are under contract. So, do you have to make it work? Or is this something that you really, really want to make work? But nevertheless, I really just wasn't feeling, I understood he was upset, but I didn't like how he was handling his feelings and the way he was talking to her. And it was like, she's already not into you. So like she said when she finally sat down with Pastor Kyle, like if there was a small slight chance, his behavior just kind of messed that up. So anyway, the other thing that I pointed out in reference to Haley and Jacob was when the dogs met. Oh God, so okay, he comes in with 3 dogs. She got 1. She got this one little dog. And basically it just felt like his dog was trying to attack her dog, and I just felt like the dog was probably like, it's 3 of us. We don't need a 4th. But yeah, so that looked like a red flag, and it looked like it was gonna be on one of those like, I said with Jacob with the overreaction, because he was like, yeah, I don't know who the experts matched me up with. Was it the Haley that I met the first 2 days, or was the Haley that I'm talking to now? Like, that part was just a little over dramatic for me as far as Jacob is concerned. He did all the blowing up and then he apologized. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to treat you the way that I treated you and this, that, and the third. I mean an apology, but it's like you still already said what you said. So now it looks like he's eating his words and he's more so like, wow, I hope I didn't mess nothing up that could have been. I felt like it was a little creepy though when he went to her place. And he was just snooping all through her clothes. He was all digging through her luggage and in her closet and pulling out outfits. Like, first of all, now it reminded me of the first night when he was laying in that bed with his shirt off. When he was laying in that bed with his shirt off. Like, sir, I don't even know you. Put your damn shirt on. It was just the way he was just laying like he was waiting for something. Like, wait, what? So yeah, when he started looking through her wardrobe and stuff, and like, y'all, I can understand if it was like a different couple and y'all like, that's where y'all at. But no, I mean, y'all had sex, but you know what I mean? Like, he just looking through all her stuff. It was uncomfortable for me because I'm like, well, she don't even seem like she really into him, and you digging all through her stuff. But anyway, the final portion as far as Haley and Jacob was when they met with Pastor Kyle. And basically, Pastor Kyle told them, like, be honest. Like, what's going on? How's it going right now? And, she basically said she didn't like the way what he was saying and how he was portraying the person that she is. And basically, she told the truth. She was honest. Like, I'm not really feeling him that much. And again, the little bit that I probably was feeling for him is probably out the door because of the way he acted. So, okay, so my next couple is Virginia and Eric. Virginia, in her like younger personality, and Eric could be a bit smothering, it feels like, and controlling. And I feel like the combination, they got all of this like sexual, physical chemistry, but I'm feeling some friction when it comes to both of them individually. They're individual beings coming together as one. And I really hope that it works out. I mean, I could see that it could work out, but at the same time, these red flags, man, they flashing. Basically, she hasn't lived with anybody before, and Eric is divorced, and he had a wife. You know, so that's like two ends of the spectrum just right there in his own. It looks like when he came to her apartment, he was like, oh yeah, it actually looks like her. Like, I can tell that this is where she live at. And vice versa, when she went to his apartment, it was nice, but she like, I can't see myself living here. Like, I don't feel like this is going to be our home. She basically was telling him, like, we going to have to get rid of this and get somewhere else to live, buy a house or something. So, just her already coming in trying to change. And again, it's okay to compromise and change for your marriage and your relationship, but this is somebody that's established and have their stuff together. I can't say the same thing for Virginia, but this man, you know, has things going for himself, and you want him to just sell what he got and go somewhere else so you can be closer to your friend. Right along. Eric is allergic to cats. And so basically Virginia has cats. So she's like, well, I guess you're going to be taking allergy medicine every day. My take on that part is allergies is serious. Like, you can die from an allergic reaction. It can get really bad if you allow it to get bad. And so I hope that works out for them, but she has to understand that when you're married, there's a give and take, and there has to be a compromise. And so far, she's not giving up the drinking. She's not giving up her friends and falling asleep on their couches, her male friends. And now she's not giving up her cats. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are you actually bringing to the marriage then? Because if my husband's allergic to something, I don't want to have, we got to figure this out. We got to meet in the middle somewhere. But so I was a little turned off by that part when she was basically like, well, my cats are going to be here. So we got to figure out what we're going to do with you. When this is his actual health. Virginia and Eric conversation with Pastor Kyle. Now, that was an interesting one. So basically, you know, Eric expressed his concern about Virginia and, you know, her just wanting to still live this bachelorette life and this party life. You know, I like to party and drink with my friends, and and so he's basically like, you know, when you marry, it's us now, and now we got to find our way together as a married couple. Virginia felt like, okay, so when she went out, she said that he wanted her to text him. So basically she was like, oh, I don't know why I need to text you to let you know that I'm okay. And a part of me look at it like that's a genuine concern of a husband. Your wife is out, it's late. You know what I mean? Like, you worry about your significant other while they're out. And you like, oh, well, I don't feel as though I need to check in with you that I'm okay. And that's kind of like a thing that adults do. So again, I'm like, okay, she's on a whole nother side of the spectrum with that one. The other thing was with Pastor Kyle when it came to male friends and staying at their house. Pastor Kyle was like, well, I'm married, and I wouldn't allow that. Like, I would be genuinely concerned. Oh, well, if I fall asleep, well, my two male friends, one live over here and one live up there, and I fall asleep on their couches all the time. So Pastor Kyle like, are they gay? No, they're not gay. Well, then, yeah, I got a problem with that because, oh, well, they're my friends. Okay, well, you're married now. So I got a little teased off with that because I'm like, come on, Virginia. If you wasn't ready to be in a committed relationship and you want to continue to sleep on your male friends' couches, you shouldn't have came on the show. Because best believe, if either one of your male friends or both of them get in a serious relationship with a wife, you're not going to be sleeping and falling asleep drunk on their couch. Because wifey not having it. So these are your bachelor, single male friends. Okay, nobody's saying y'all can't be friends, but some of this behavior just has to stop. She was pissing me off with that one. Like, some of this has to stop. And I was like, yes, Pastor Kyle. When Pastor Kyle said what he said, I'm like, yeah, put your 2 cents and 50 cents, 45 cents in there, because ain't no way in the world. Now, Eric can be a little over the top, but some of his points are valid. Like, basically, he could be a little over the top too, because she was saying that he basically wanted her to ask permission. Now, come on, Eric. Eric, now, you was my mans. You better stop. He talk about basically like she does not have to. She just shouldn't have to ask permission to go places. Now, granted, let you know what the plans are or what you're gonna be doing, just so out of safety, for safety reasons and things of that nature. But permission, so that permission means you can say yes or no. So if I ask you something, you tell me no, I guess I gotta go sit down on the couch somewhere. So yeah, that's enough of that couple. Moving right along. The next couple I'm gonna talk about is Clara and Ryan. Talking about their relationship, Clara saying that she feel like she got a built-in best friend, and Ryan basically just saying that he feel as though that they're gonna be going in a good direction. However, my situation with this couple is the lack of intimacy. So for Clara to be somebody who falls in love easy, and for Ryan to be somebody who's never said I love you, it's just such an imbalance there. I'm rooting though. I'm like rooting. We're gonna talk about the houses. Ryan met the dog. They both seem to like each other's place. Ryan seemed really clean until she started opening the cabinets. And the darn shelves was sideways and things was just thrown and bunched all in the cabinet. So she like, oh, well, he perceived to be this clean person, but he a little unorganized and messy. And basically when she went and looked in his room and his drawers, he had his clothes all thrown in. Everything's balled up. Nothing's folded or organized. So she looked like she was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to have to do a whole makeover for this one. And vice versa, when he went to her place, it was a total opposite. Everything was folded and clean and organized, and he basically like, well, we can compromise. I wash and dry, you fold the clothes, like perfect. So I liked the fact that they were able to laugh about that and just kind of like figure out their equal medium when it comes to that. Clara had pictures of her dog everywhere, like the whole thing. Even Pastor Kyle, when he eventually had went there the first time, was like, "Dang, that's a bit much." You know what I mean? This dog pictures, you got more pictures of the dog than yourself. Fast forward, now they're meeting with Pastor Kyle. I feel like the meeting was good. They're sitting there holding hands. So cute. Nice little couple. But I like Pastor Kyle be making me laugh though, because he like, oh, all right then. You know what I mean? So what's up? What y'all doing? Oh, we good. Everything good. Everything going good. I mean, that's our question to you, Pastor Kyle, because if everything is going so good right now, like why? Like why is it going so good? Pastor Kyle like, it's okay. Just keep on going. It's going to come. And he basically was so sure of it. He like, listen, I can bring up something right now and pick at y'all a little bit. And I bet you I'll get something out of y'all. Because y'all sitting here holding hands like it's nothing going on. And sure enough, he brings up intimacy. How that whole intimacy thing is going. And I do remember the last episode, if I'm not mistaken, when they were all talking about sex and consummating their marriage. And Ryan and basically Clara was like, well, Ryan wanted us to keep our sex life, to ourselves. So that's because y'all ain't doing it. Ryan wanted us to, so I'm going to respect what he wants. No, he's not having sex with you. All right, so let me go to this whole sex conversation as far as Ryan. So basically, he come from a religious background. And that may play a really big role in his reasoning for holding back from saying I love you so much to different people and so fast. And it may also be the reason why he kind of held back a little bit as far as sex. I mean, y'all married already, but you don't know this person. So it's almost like you're still, even in that Christianity, your Christian, they're in courtship right now. In his mind, I feel like he's trying to catch up to where they are paperwork wise and reality wise. They're married, but so I kind of get that part, and I hope that's all it is. And it's not, I don't know if I really want to be with this person, or she might be too much. When he did say that he looked over to her and he was like, oh yeah, we're going to be doing this for a while. I liked it there because I'm like, okay, well, that's a good sign. And Pastor Kyle was like, but then, I mean, what do you think that means? If you said that you look over at her, and when you look at her, you know that you guys are y'all gonna go far together, then that means something. And that's what and like Pastor Kyle told Ryan, don't get so fixated on a word. It's a word. Yes, it has a whole bunch of meaning behind it, but it also has a whole bunch of action behind it as well. whole bunch of emotion behind it. And when you start to give yourself to somebody emotionally, not just physically, but emotionally, then you get in that direction with the L word. And so because he never said it, I'm like starting to second guess, like, do he even really know what it feels like? He may have even felt it prior to and just didn't really want to acknowledge it or put it to the forefront. Clara's like, so when he brought up the whole conversation about sex or whatever, they're like, oh, well, we're doing other things. We haven't done that, but we're doing other things. In my mind, I'm just thinking, poor Clara. Because I know she doesn't seem sexually satisfied at all. Whatever y'all doing, I don't know if y'all, I don't even want to say no crazy stuff. I don't know what y'all doing, but whatever y'all doing, it's just not that deep connected energy, that consummation or whatever. And so you can kind of tell, because even when Pastor Kyle was bringing it up, it was almost on some like, you know, I can wait, or I'll take what he'll give me for right now. But how long is that patience going to last? How long is Clara going to really be able to deal with that? Or how long is Ryan even going to have this continuous perception of, well, when we get to that point, then I'll just know. What he said, it'll be something that I won't be able to even explain it. More power to you, Ryan. More power to you. But I'm gonna be praying for that couple, because yeah, I'm gonna be praying for them. It wasn't a horrible situation this episode, but the whole love thing, basically, Mr. Kyle said, the commitment that you guys are putting forth. Ryan, you're committed, right? You told her, when I look at you, I know we're gonna go places together. So that means you're 100% committed. So if you're 100% committed, then you're in the direction of love. And I really feel like it's like the word is having too much power. The word love has too much power over his mental and his being. And he has to just kind of let it flow. I don't know. I think I'm trying to preach. Anyway, moving right along. Now to my next couple, Vincent and Brianna. They started off good. You know, I feel like in this episode, they kind of fluctuated a little bit when it came to their communication amongst each other. You know, Brianna felt like Vincent didn't like to clean and stuff like that. This episode, they showed them going into each other's apartments. And she said she went to Vincent's house and she was very surprised that his house was clean and he was organized and things of that nature. And so she seemed very like satisfied with that. Fast forward now, Vincent and Brianna is meeting with Pastor Kyle, and you know, they seem like they got pretty good energy. They consummated the marriage. Pastor Kyle seemed very satisfied with, you know, their chemistry, it looked like. And basically, you know, Vincent was honest and said, you know, I feel like she's very direct with me sometimes and it worries me. And Pastor Kyle was like, what worries you? Why does this worry you? And he's basically like, well, because I know me, and if she says something or does something, I know how I can, and I don't want to do or say anything to hurt her feelings or make her feel bad. Right there, I already knew. Y'all, mark my word. We got something on our hands with Vincent. I'm just saying. He's still a cool dude. And I think they got really good chemistry, and I'm rooting for them. But that attitude, that personality, mixed with her bossiness, we in trouble. Vincent went to her place to see her place. He seemed like, you know, he liked it. Oh, I like your place and this, that, and third. But he seemed really overwhelmed with her closet. He basically was like, this is just too much. He's like, do you want to donate? He was just, seemed overwhelmed. I feel like he gets flustered sometimes. Depending on what the situation is or what's going on, like, it can arouse his, like, emotions and his and anger, and it brings me back to when his cousin or whomever that was, I think it was his cousin, when they were meeting with Brianna for brunch, and she was basically like, when he get mad, he get mad. And I mean, Brianna really in that episode was like a little concerned, like, well, what's going, because that's not the guy that I see and I'm talking to every day. And here it is resurfacing. Now they're back at their place together. Boop, he pops the bottle. Champagne, whatever. You know what I mean? They pouring cups. He spills a little bit on his shirt. And Brianna makes a statement or a comment like something about that's very Vincent of you or something like that. He really felt some kind of way. And so you can even see on the actual show how his energy shifts. So now she's like, well, what's wrong with him? And so now he's kind of shutting down. Oh no, I'm just tired. I'm fine. I'm just tired. And that right there shows communication issue. That shows him trying to deal with being upset and a lack of being able to communicate it the correct way. So because he can't communicate it without bursting out or being any kind of way, he's trying to brush it off at first. Like, oh, I'm fine. I'm just tired. And then it looks like Brianna still tries to pour it out of him once they get in bed. Like, what's going on? Like, what? And then he's finally like, oh, well, I didn't like what you said. Like, you know, what did you mean? He took that like, oh, you trying to say I'm an idiot. He used the word idiot. Like, you trying to say, you know, what was that supposed to mean? Like, I'm an idiot. And then she's like, basically like, well, I joke around sometimes. She was like, he takes things really serious. And then personally, I feel like he may take things serious when he's in a mood. He already was in a mood when he spilled something on his shirt. And so by then, and you made a comment, now it's like 10 times more. And at the end, he basically like, well, I can go back home. Excuse me? Home? You are home. These people, y'all signing these contracts. Y'all walking down aisles and getting married and going on honeymoons. And then think you said I'm going home? So I felt a little heartbroken for my girl Brianna. Yeah, she could be a little, you know, bossy at times and stuff like that. But you could tell she really wants this to work. And he not easy peasy. He not easy peasy. All that cuteness, all that, oh yeah, do not so cute together. His family told her when he get mad, it takes a whole lot to calm him down. That's what I'm gonna say about that. So I don't know. We gotta go to the next episode with this one and see what happens. All right, guys. So that's all I have for part 1. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Come back and return so we can be friends. And stay tuned for part 2 because that's just going to be about Paige and Chris. I will see y'all next time. Have a good one.